explosions, one-liners, over-the-top stunts. Action movies were never meant to be subtle, but behind all the big-budget hits, there's a whole world of flicks that went just as hard and never got their due. No capes, no franchises, just pure, unfiltered chaos. Today, we're digging up 5 action gems that didn't just go off the rails, they built their own track. Some weird, some wild, all unforgettable. Let's get into it. Stone Cold, 1991. Brian Bosworth, in all his mulleted glory, stars as a cop sent to infiltrate a biker gang that's less about riding and more about blowing stuff up. Think Point Break on steroids, with more leather, fewer rules, and a lot more firepower. Bosworth isn't exactly what you'd call a subtle actor, but he knows the assignment. He struts through the chaos with shades on and sleeves off, tossing out one-liners and roundhouse kicks like he's been doing it his whole life. The gang, led by a scenery-chewing Lance Henriksen, is completely unhinged. There are rocket launchers, exploding helicopters. At one point, a guy rides a motorcycle through a courtroom. It's loud, dumb, and completely aware of what it is, and that's why it rules. Stone Cold isn't a polished product. It's a glorious mess with attitude to spare. Raw Force, 1982. Ever ask yourself what would happen if someone threw kung fu, zombies, and cannibals into a blender and hit explode? You'd get Raw Force. It starts like a cheesy martial arts vacation movie, until the ship docks and all hell breaks loose. Undead monks, human trafficking, a volcano, it's all in there. And the film doesn't slow down long enough to question why. The acting? Totally wooden. The effects? One step above cardboard. But the pacing? Relentless. Every scene either features a fight, a fire, or someone getting kicked through a wall. Raw Force isn't good in the traditional sense, but it's endlessly entertaining. It's one of those movies you throw on at midnight with a group of friends, and before you know it, you're quoting lines and rewinding fight scenes. Drive, 1997. No, not the Gosling one. This one's got Mark Dacascos, Kadeem Hardison, and some of the slickest action choreography you'll see outside of a Jackie Chan movie. Dacascos plays a guy on the run with high-tech bioenhancements, which basically means he can kick people through walls faster than they can blink. Hardison is the comic relief turned unlikely sidekick, and together they make a surprisingly charming duo.
Just relax and drive.
It's funny, stylish, and packed with practical stunt work that deserves way more love. If this had come out a few years later, it might have ridden the coattails of The Matrix. Instead, it faded into cult obscurity. Shame. The Last Dragon, 1985. And now for something totally different. The Last Dragon is part martial arts flick, part musical, and part cartoon. It's also a total blast. The story follows Leroy Green, a young kung fu student searching for the glow, a mystical power that only the truest fighters can achieve. But standing in his way, Shonuff, the self-proclaimed shogun of Harlem. And yeah, he's as awesome as he sounds. There's breakdancing, neon lighting, a full Motown soundtrack, and enough hard-hitting kicks to fill 3 movies. It's cheesy in all the right ways, but it also has genuine heart and style, tons of it. If you grew up in the 80s, this probably lived on your video shelf. If not, it's time to fix that. Showdown in Little Tokyo, 1991. If you want peak 90s buddy cop madness with a healthy dose of wild moves and absurd bravado, Showdown in Little Tokyo delivers. Dolph Lundgren teams up with Brandon Lee, and the chemistry is surprisingly solid. Lundgren plays it dead serious, while Lee brings levity, charm, and plenty of snark. Together, they go up against a brutal Yakuza gang operating out of LA's neon-soaked underbelly. The action is fast, stylish, and occasionally off the wall. There's a sauna fight, samurai swords, and lines that feel like they were carved out of stone.
We're gonna go eat fish off those naked chicks.
It's over the top, completely self-aware, and flies by in just under 80 minutes. Showdown in Little Tokyo isn't trying to reinvent anything. It's just having a damn good time throwing punches and blowing things up. These 5 flicks didn't have the biggest budgets, the biggest stars, or the biggest box office returns. But they had something else: swagger, soul, and the kind of energy that can't be manufactured. Got any wild action flicks of your own that no one talks about? Drop them in the comments. We're always on the hunt for more. And if you're into the kind of movies that punch way above their weight, you know what to do. Drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. This is Cult Rewind. See you in the next one.